So this will be a detailed video of my gym. It's been a while since I've last posted a video on it, and it's gone through a lot of changes. At one time it started with like a PowerTech multi-gym. Then I had several Precor plate-loaded machines, and now it's gone through an evolution of mostly selectorized machines and a lot of older school machines, just searching them out based on their biomechanics and their strength curve. So a lot of machines have gone in and out just because of the way they feel. So pretty happy with the way the gym is now. So in this corner here, this I just picked up this week. This is an old school Cybex Classic. So one of the earlier generations rows. I really like the hammer strength row that you see in a lot of gyms, but even used, they tend to be quite expensive. This one picked up pretty cheap, and it's amazingly similar for such a simple machine. The strength curve is fantastic. The seat has quite a bit of range of going up and down. You drop the seat all the way down, and you can really hit your rear delts with this position here. Or in this one here, put the seat up higher and grab those narrow grips, and it really hits the lower lats really well. Over here, this is one of the few of the new machines that I have. Mostly everything in here is used, got off Facebook Marketplace. But this is a Bells of Steel lat pull down. Again, I got this instead of the selectorized version of it for two reasons. At the time, I was moving the gym around so much that I didn't want any selectorized because they're just so hard and heavy to move around. And this one, even though it's plate loaded, it runs on the same rail system or guide rods as a selectorized, so it's incredibly smooth. And I find for a lat pull down, you're not doing drop sets, you're not changing the weights. So having a selectorized for that additional $1,000 or $1,200 isn't really worth it. And I just added the Bells of Steel weight horns there, and so I can put a bunch of weights on there to make it easy to take on and off. So this machine over here, this is a Strive machine, chest press. This is actually a youth version. Didn't even know they made a line for youth, but I wanted the full-size version. But two things: they're hard to come by on the used market. I've never seen them actually on the used market. And the other is they're quite large. They have a foot pedal. They're taller. This one is quite compact. It only has a 190-pound weight stack. But I got these double-sided gym pens, but they're not by the company Gym Pen. It's a company out of California called Vista Fitness. But what's great about it is they're double, so they're perfectly balanced, and you can throw quite a bit of weight on there. And so, again, this one, Strive is famous, or now it's Prime, is famous for their cam system, and that's why I picked this up. Why I wanted it is because I predominantly set it in the cam position and where the tension's greater in the stretch position, and a little bit easier at the top. That's where it provides a lot more hypertrophy. A lot on that is a lot of the recent research is showing that. So this is an old school Body Master preacher curl. Over here is a Star Trek Human Sport chest shoulder. This is a great machine here. Again, I picked it up on Facebook like for $500, so it's a steal for that because it's great for chest, all your different chest, shoulders, but it's also great for bicep. And you can even also use it for if you want to do face pulls or you want to do upright rows, because I find the cable system on this to be incredibly smooth, much more smooth than my Free Motion, and the weight stack. So this is a 2-to-1 ratio, and so this, and even though it says down here, what does it says? 88 pounds. That's the heaviest 88 pounds I've ever felt. So versus, in fact, I think the way they have the weight is actually based on the weight it actually has, and not 88 pounds based, and then 2-to-1 ratio, because it's a lot heavier than the free motion, which is a 4-to-1 ratio, easy to max out. Over here in this corner now, you'll notice there's quite a few chest machines, but that's because that's a couple reasons. Is each of them are unique in how they work, and that's also one of my weakest areas is my chest. So I have, and here's predominantly back machines and chest machines. So over here is a StarTrack 30-degree incline pec fly. This was actually a Flex Fitness version of it, and then when StarTrack bought them, I think in this generation is like the first generation, all they did was change out how the selector eyes uses the little switches instead of a pin. So very incredibly smooth machine. In this corner here, this I picked up last week. I had the Nautilus Nitro incline chest machine. This is the generation before that, the 2ST. And what's different about this one is it's the arms are ISO, so they're each arm is individual, versus the Nitro is bilateral. So now one of the downsides compared to the Nitro version, the next generation, is the weight stack is a lot heavier. So here I had to add some additional gym pin to there. And what I did here is I had an old weight tree that I wasn't using anymore, and so I just took off the rod off the weight tree and then put a long bolt in from the back, and then cut it a little short, and so it works perfect. Over here is a old school Precor Flight incline press. So these you don't see very often. These, the way the weight, the strength curve or biomechanics curve work on this is different than a lot of chest machines that pivot from the rear to the front. Lift up here, this one goes from side to side, so it has more of an arcing motion. It's also because of how far away the weight is from the pivot point. You can't do a lot of weight on this. So 45 pounds on each side feels like 2 to 3 plates on like an Arsenal or a hammer strength incline press. This next machine is just a Matrix commercial pec deck with a rear delt on it. Got it from a gym that closed down. Over here, this is a old school Trotter chest machine. So this is a great machine, especially for as inexpensive as it is. Has the foot pedal, so this would be comparable to the old school Bodymaster or Paramount. But what's different about this one is the arms are ISO. So, but it's similar to the older versions that it's not converging, but it's just the way where the handles are and how it works and how smooth it is. It's a great machine. This is one of the other new machines that I bought from Bolt Fitness. This is a replica of Panada's Multi-Flight. This is also one of my favorite machines for a couple reasons. Like for delts, what's great about it is you can so a lot of lateral raise machines that you see, like for example the Arsenal, the arms are sitting vertical like that, and the tension doesn't really start till you get it right about here. And for delts, you want the optimized hypertrophy is the tension with the muscle in the stretch position, not in the contraction position when your arm is up. So you want tension at the bottom of the movement. So what you can do here is just these arms go all the way around 360 degrees. And so you just cross the arm here So now when you start the movement, you start with tension. And this whole unit goes up and down. So you can put it at the height for you. You can take it all the way down, rest your head on the pad, do rear delts. So this can be used for, of course, lateral raises, but also front raises, like here. And then you can move this up to the top here, and then it can be used for a pullover, a one-arm pullover, which is also a great on this machine, because you can set the tension again at the very top, so you get a lot of stretch at the top, where when I'm doing cable pull downs, you know, your arm is only going up about 3/4 of the way is all the stretch is. So and then of course, and then you can cross them and do a standing pec fly, which same thing, you can, by crossing it, when you get your arms in your starting position, you already have a lot of tension at the stretch portion of the movement. Over here is a free motion functional trainer, and I just bolted on a one of those wall storage panels on it. This is a Trotter row. This here was a great find as well. Really inexpensive. You know, a nice heavyweight stack, incredibly smooth. Arms articulate, or the handles articulate. Seat drops quite low, quite high. So same thing, you can get, you can really hit the rear, and then you can set the seat up high and really hit the lower lats. Over here is one of my favorite lat machines, and this is the Nautilus Nitro lat pull down. So this lat pull down feels more like it's more like a high row, and I find since biasing my lat workouts more to a high row and tucking the elbows in, my lats have really grown significantly versus just doing the traditional lat pull downs with your arms flared out to the side. And so what's great about this one is I added these handles here. So then you can do a one-armed where you drop to your knee here and then pull down and do one arm and kind of lock your, you know, when you drop to your knee, you can, you know, lock your body under the seat so you can get quite heavy, and and do one arm at a time. So you can also, of course, do that on a lat machine, but it just feels really good on this machine with the belt system. Over here, this is a classic Cybex bicep. Been trying out lots of different bicep machines, and just most of the modern machines, I find that the tension is strongest at the top and the contraction, and not a lot at the bottom. This one here is like a fantastic machine, because there's some of the modern machines like a Nautilus makes a bicep machine that's where your arms are more vertical or horizontal at the top there, and it's quite expensive. This thing is very inexpensive, and it just feels so good because there's a lot of tension when the biceps in the strength in the lengthened position out here. And again, these you can usually pick up on Facebook for like $400. Over here, this is a hammer strength with a super incline. Sometimes they also refer to it as the front military press, but this is a pretty versatile machine as well. What I like about it is if you lower the seat to where the seat is right now, and scoot your butt, you know, all the way back, and it's going to be more biased to your front delts, to a shoulder press. And then if you raise the seat up a little bit and then scoot out just a little bit, like I put a pad behind my back just to have my back out just a little bit to give a little bit more angle, it's just a high incline press. Over here is a Cybex VR2 dual access. And so their dual access line is this is a quite underrated machine. Again, same thing. These you can pick up $500-600 in places, and it's just unbelievable value because with this belt system, it's incredibly smooth for doing heavy weight, and then it being a dual access, it feels more like you control you define the movement with your arm. So it's more like doing a dumbbell press. So, and then coming out here, so this is all I could fit in here. I've probably rearranged this place about a dozen times, just trying to get everything to fit. Right now, it's just, everything is done in a way and where it just barely misses. Like here, when you do your rear delt, it just barely misses here. So this is, after looking through here, I realized that I could probably rearrange this a little bit more where I can get another machine that's in the hallway here into here. So then I can get some machines that I have in the garage in here. So out here is just a chest supported row. So I keep my adjustable dumbbells. I don't really do all that much dumbbells or free weight work. You'll notice there's no free weight, barbells, things like that, because I just have so many injuries from lifting when I was young. So I just find I get a lot better workout using the machines because I can go to failure. And as long as you got machines with really good strength curves and biomechanics, you can get a real isolated, workout. So over here, this is a Pro Maxa bicep curl machine. So this is an example of one that is, the tension is lighter at the end, at the stretch, than it is at the top, but it's not too bad. It's not as bad as a hammer strength or some of the ones I've tried. I didn't care for. And then out in the garage, I have more machines. I'll probably just insert a picture into the video. So out there, I have the chest press version of the VR2. I have an old school Paramount rotary. That's a great machine. It's like doing a fly motion. I have a Star Trek leg extension, a Nautilus Nitro leg curl, a glute kickback machine, Life Fitness ab machine, a Matrix chest press machine, hyperextension, and then have not put together a Smith machine because I got to rearrange some stuff in there to fit it in there. So that's a lot of machines in a small space. This space here is probably 360 square feet. And what I have there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 machines in this space. And then 2 out here. So 19, this is probably another 70 square feet. So within 440 square feet, probably I have 19 machines. And then another, I think, 8 in the garage. So